I'm sippin', 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 I'm sippin'.
Sippin', I'm 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 sippin'.
This is Sippin' with Sammie, Sam Malone, Barstool, Rug. If you ain't sippin' with Sammie, you ain't sippin' right. Please get your... Hold up.
Please get your fucking life together. I got you, bro. I heard it enough times.
Yeah, that part. I got my guy in here, man. Becoming a regular, you know, more than friend to the show, family to the show. My fly brother and all of that. But CEO Ro is in here, man. What's going on with you, bro?
Oh man, it's always a pleasure to be in here representing with my brother, man. You already know, man. I enjoy it.
I appreciate you.
I enjoy it, bro.
Fix you so you ain't gotta lean. Let the mic come to you. If your mic isn't coming to you should be coming to me.
Oh shit, that sounds like a Heartthrob Cleaning Services jingle.
Just say it. I be knowing shit.
Okay, somebody's listening.
I be knowing shit. I know you jiggle too,
Copy
nigga.
that. That's what's up. That's what the fuck is up.
But one of the reasons that I wanted to have you right back up here was because being a man that you are, you tend to move fast. So you got new endeavors from the last time you was up here. And as much as you support me and mine, we'd be remiss if we didn't get the people on to what your newest and your latest is going on with you.
Yes, sir.
So we can start with the refresh because I believe you were at Cast when you came here last time. And we spoke to that. But give a little bit of background about what you represent at Cast Studios real quick.
Just to let the people know, I am the manager of Cast Studios. So if you need any photo shoots, video shoots, commercials, you want to lay a track, an album, anything creative, holla at me at official_CEO.ro.
Right. And now, since we got that out the way, see how easy that was? And now you got a situation that you're filming at Cast Studios. You got a new TV show.
I'm glad that you said that, Jay. It is a TV show. It is not a podcast.
So what's
it is called the difference.
Go to CEO.
Well, the CEO Row Experience is what my show is called. You can catch that Wednesday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. We have, people that I respect. I mean, now that I'm in, and the people that I see, and that I respect their work ethic and their business ethic, I want to bring them on the show and give them a million flowers.
I heard that.
That's pretty much the premise of the show. There are 4 segments, 20-minute segments, and then we go ahead and we spin for 10 minutes. Music by underground artists or up-and-coming artists who would wish to pay for a promo. It's not a lot. It's $50 a month. And every time my show plays, your music plays.
Right. Absolutely.
Or your business is being shown. You dig what I'm saying? It's not a straight through thing, and it's more geared towards the guests.
Okay. All right. So how long have you been doing this so far? When did you start?
We started June. June was when we started. The first episode was classic. We had a special guest, my man, Sam Malone. Yeah, I mean, held it as always.
Oh man, I appreciate it.
And it was just the vibe. It also set the tone, Sammy.
Did it?
Yeah. I mean, everything that you said, the authenticity of the interview, it was beautiful. It set the tone. Even your drop. The drop definitely set the tone for anyone who's watching it, and I put that up, and I'm going to share that with social media soon. You dig me? But yeah, I appreciate you 1,000, baby.
No, I appreciate being considered for the inaugural episode. Like that's a big deal to all of us that's trying to do something. We do it the first time. We want it to be right. If you think like we do. Right. Because we know that starting out is not going to be perfect. My set is not going to be exactly what it's going to wind up being. My cameras may be upgraded at some point. I might have some new backdrops and signs coming along and things like that. Like that. But waiting for all of that is missed opportunity when you have a way to make it go as it is. And at Cash, you have a great set, multiple sets to choose from. Yeah. So it's like set wasn't a problem for you, but I'm just using set design as an example of, or technical things that you might be want to upgrade as an example of things that'll slow somebody down from starting something. So I like the fact that you started at a position of this is what we got, this is what we have, and if I get my man on, then I know it'll balance out what I'm trying to do. Right. I wasn't going to overpower what you was trying to do, and I wasn't going to come over there tripping.
Right. Well, first and foremost, that thought. I mean, I know you were just but that thought never comes to my mind when I work with you or when I think of you and K. Shouts out to Font Productions. I'm not a negative thinker. You know what I'm saying? If I feel it, I'm gonna react on it. You know what I mean? So meaning like when I think of you, I think of good business acumen, your whole situation. I look at your situation, you know what I'm saying, to compare if I need to get, you know what I mean, some type of understanding, you know what I'm saying? So, and again, I've done this before, but yet, you know, you've been doing your own show. You dig what I'm saying? So again, you know, if I need anything, if I need to know anything, I know I got family over here at the Sippin with Sammie show.
Yeah, we got you for sure. And we ain't never stopped talking, no way.
Right.
But you kind of led to my next point. You did have an OLF podcast. Shout out to the brothers.
Shouts out to the gang.
A main staple at that show for years, and now branching off and doing a TV show, one as opposed to a podcast. Effort that is your name, your likeness, your energy creates it. You pick all the co-hosts and all of that. You know what I mean? Like, what's the difference been? How has it felt? Is it what you imagined?
Bro, it's a lot of hard fucking work. Excuse me, can I say that F-bomb?
Yeah, please curse.
It's a lot of hard work. Like, I definitely wanted it. I understood that I needed to brand myself. And that was really a main decision for me to go off and do my own thing. I felt respectively that I would get the blessing because, you know, we've done the OLF podcast thing for 5 years before I decided to go out and do my own thing.
Right.
It's just I'm a boss, man. I feel like I want to call the shots. I want to make sure that, you know, my input is the main staple. It's nothing personal to anybody else. And I thought it was just time for the world to get a taste of CEO Rowe if you don't know him.
But that's been a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
What were the things you didn't anticipate being so difficult?
Well, with the podcast, it was 7-8 of us at one point in time. If I would have had that going into this situation, I feel it might be a little easier. I have to, like I said, I have to be on top of everything. I have to give direction for everything. You dig what I'm saying? I have to give the thumbs up or the thumbs down on a lot of things. I have to think for a lot of people.
Scheduling.
Excuse me, bro. Scheduling, all of that. The guests, you know, no one knows more people on my team than me. They know people, but they can't, you know, nothing against my team, but you know, they can't bring them in like I'm going to bring them in.
Right.
And I mean that with all due respect. That wasn't a shot at all, but
no.
Yeah, it's a lot, bro, to get getting certain people, certain calibers of people on your show. People are busy. They out there getting that money too.
And you can't take it personal. And you have to have contingencies and all of that.
Yeah,
type of shit,
plan
man.
A, B, and C. Yeah.
Because like you said, and you said it the right way. They get into it.
Yeah.
They chasing or they relaxing or they family time and they doing what they got to do to get to where they going. The same reason that they great enough for us to respect them is the same reason that they can't do it. But the intentions I found out are usually to do. You know what I mean? Sometimes people get overwhelmed, or sometimes the timing is just bad in general. And a lot of times it is greater later. A lot of times they do something, or a lot of times what happens is they achieve something because that's something that they couldn't foresee, like a rollout.
Right.
Maybe like if I got a record coming out, I'm gonna make sure I come through your joint.
Right.
But when I'm in my downtime, I'm getting shit together. But if I get an accomplishment or something, then it's something new that we can talk about, and we can go back to the project that got me that accomplishment or what's happened since that project.
Right.
It's like dynamics that wind up being greater later sometimes,
Right.
especially when you deal with people that's working that you're trying to get on board with. Because I like what you told me is that entrepreneurs is the biggest thing. You wanted to get the little guy, so to speak, you know what I mean, in position to where people respect what they got going on. And I think when you do that, that crosses a lot of busy people. Yeah. A lot of busy people, bro. Because if you got your store, you should open at a certain time and close at a certain time. Then you got whatever. Like, it's hard to get out in the evening to sit down for a couple hours no matter how much you might want to do it. So then you got to block that out. You got to make it happen. You know what I mean? But, yeah.
Shouts out to all my guests.
Please.
That have been on the CEO Rowe experience, Sippin with Sammie, DJ Greg Nice. Shouts out to DJ Greg Nice.
He was out to play it yesterday.
Shouts out to King of Hooks and Jay Reezy. They tore it down. You'll find that episode out tomorrow. Monumental, man. I mean, I ain't gonna say monumental too. It's epic. Those brothers are legends, man.
Absolutely.
If you don't follow them and you're into music, like you just love music, especially R&B, and we're talking about people that are in the effing mix, like King of Hooks is out there touring with
multiple different ways, multiple
groups.
Yep. He toured with Easy, he toured solo, he toured with the Not the Temptations. What's
The
their name?
Temptations.
Is it the Temptations?
Yeah, Temptations. He covers
Intruders.
and Intruders, but he covers with the Temptations. He covers David Ruffin.
David Ruffin, yeah, he do David Ruffin.
Ain't nobody come to see you, Otis.
Nigga.
You know what I mean?
And then if you whether you know it or not, you done sung Reezy music already because he's penned quite a bit of stuff.
Jay Reezy is a legend on the pen.
He's penned quite a bit of stuff. So you've sung his music. And it's crazy because once you get his vibe,
Right.
if he told you, you would believe it. You know
He's
what I mean?
quiet. He's very quiet
Yeah,
too.
so-
But I noticed our energy was good when we connected. I met Jay Reezy at the SippinWitSammie concert series.
Mm-hmm.
4.
They killed for my birthday.
4, right? Yes, 4. And I met him, and King of Hooks introduced me to him, and just from off the bat, the energy was good.
He bought like 4 Sam Danas that night. Love you, Reezy.
Yeah, he's a dope individual, and please tune into the CEO Row Experience. Go to YouTube and subscribe, like, and comment, because that show, if you don't know them, they're giving you the intimate them. They're not giving you the Showtime them.
Right.
They're giving you them, the people that behind the scenes that are making this stuff happen. People are calling, like, as we're talking, they're showing me, look who reaching out to me.
Mm-hmm.
Look who you need some help.
Mm-hmm.
You dig what I'm saying? They're hot. So if you're in the city and you don't know these dudes, these are people that you need to know.
And you could hire, I know at least Corey, you could hire for funerals, weddings, singing telegrams, birthdays, like all of that type stuff. He pull up and make your mama cry for about a good 20 minutes, man. You know what I mean?
Shouts out to
After
King
he
of
leave.
Hooks.
After he leaves. So also Suzanne Christine is another one that has a phenomenal voice that you can also get to come through and show some love. Family reunions. I'm just trying to get your ideas because sometimes we don't think of these things and we buy people so much shit, especially our parents, or and they don't even need or want nothing else, so we can't fathom. Sometimes you just send them one of them.
Right.
Just be there when it get there or not.
Yeah, that's dope.
Get the phone call later. You know what I mean? Roses ain't no. Sometimes you send a voice.
Real dope. And then on my
And
show
you can send the roses with it.
On my show as well, that you perform at the end of my show. So if I have an artist, no matter what artist, singer, rapper, poet, I have them close out the show, so they perform at the end of the show. Look out for episode 1 of the CEO Row Experience, as I was the hype man for my man SippinWitSammie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We got that was a first. Again, epic. That was a first all around the board. I never hype man for nobody. Real rap.
The
You know what I'm
crazy
saying?
thing is, it's as we see, it's a skill set to being a hype man. But
is.
as long as you don't be a bad hype man, it helps the artist.
Right.
You see what
No
I'm
doubt,
saying?
no doubt.
Like there's certain things you could do that'll just ruin the experience or throw the artist
At
off.
least like the artist.
But yeah, that too. But there's definitely a skill set to it. But it's funny because the more I did it, holding down Ghetto Reese's, Ace Spits, certain people, it was like I started realizing like, oh, if I say this, he gets to catch his breath. If I anticipate this, he gets to.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
And that's where
Yes,
a
I
Busta
learned that.
Rhymes needs a split start. Because Busta needs to breathe,
He
bro.
needs to breathe.
He needs to
Big.
breathe, bro.
You know what
So
I'm
no,
saying?
I definitely appreciate you joining me and having me on, But that was a fun time, and like I said, I banged with everybody that was on staff and everybody that was in attendance that day. So it was a cool experience for me. It was just funny because whenever I'm in cast, it's about 3 different business pitches going around. It's like, and I'm thinking about stuff, and then I'm like, let me get focused for this show because it's the first joint. But then I'm still thinking about one of the pitches a little bit. Like, hold up, because we might can tweak that. But that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing.
Holla at me. Shouts out to my staff, my assistant, Sister Fatima, Fear. Shouts out to my photographer, Photos by Dre. Shouts out to my DJ Tour at National Underground Radio. Shouts out to Unc Green. He's behind the cameras on this one. Shouts out to him, Cat Studios, Kareem the Dream. You dig me?
Now, I got these chips here, right? Because I had got these for lunch today. Because we had put some stuff on the grill, right?
Okay.
So these the 215 special. You need a beverage or something? You got a beverage?
No, I have a beverage.
You ain't gonna drink no yak with me? You
No,
chilling?
I don't really know how that's going to
So these the new 215 special drinks. Salt, pepper, ketchup, hot sauce.
Not that, no doubt.
I need you to taste these, John.
You need me to taste these, Jones?
Yeah, we gotta do the on-screen taste test. It's fresh bags, so they brand new.
Fresh bag.
Couple hours been open, maybe.
215 Philly
I'm gonna
Special
taste one
Jones.
too, so I can have a fresh perspective.
That's not bad.
It tastes like salt, pepper, ketchup.
I was
hot
about to
sauce,
just say,
bro.
it just tastes like salt, pepper, ketchup.
I taste the hot sauce. Get you another one. Get the hot sauce in there. This hot sauce on it is like the aftertaste. But it literally tastes like how it tastes on a wing. Mm-hmm. Like it. So, I bang with those. Now I'm doing this because I'm trying to prove a point real quick. I didn't open these yet, but we're going to open them for the show because it's Roe. And Roe worth the $10 they charge us for.
Plus, they can, you know what I mean, sponsor. We're looking for sponsorships.
Absolutely. This
Shouts
is
out to hers.
And I don't do this to my cheesesteaks, but it says Wizard. And it says flavored by Philly, so I had to see. You know, can't get one without the other.
Wizard.
Oh,
wow, hers. Y'all really trying to. You might got to eat a Wizard and a 215 special together. Salt, pepper, ketchup
with the whiz.
With the whiz.
That's the next thing.
Mm-hmm.
See, now you thinking. That's that South Philly in you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Y'all know the cheesesteak lingo. But the reason that I said we was gonna do this on air, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is cause you got the best rappers, best fighters, some of the greatest personalities you ever gonna meet. Do we now have the best potato chips? Cause these is close. Outside of a couple kettle pups I had, these is hitting for something.
That actually tastes like cheese whiz though. It's really thick. Yeah.
I like the salt, pepper, ketchup, hot sauce better.
That's safe to say. I think that they're really trying, you know, they trying to stay, you know, relevant in the game so that they can keep producing. And they know they got to come out with certain flavors. You feel me? They got to come out with them flavors.
It took them to get it right for the salt, pepper, ketchup, hot sauce.
Because I'm sure when they sat in the boardroom, like how we doing now, they sat there and said, "What can we do?" Mm-hmm. And if you're from Philly, which I'm pretty sure that most of the execs might be, they aimed that towards what are the tastes of Philly.
Because I saw the bag and I grabbed it. Told you.
Yeah, the taste of Philly: salt, pepper, ketchup, and whiz wit.
I was in the market trying to grab some a good bratwurst or two, throw on the grill. I like good sausages, good bratwurst and shit. And
wow,
right across was them. And I'm like, "That's you did the double."
Mm-hmm. That's special.
Collision. Mm-hmm. Fat boy shit. Feel like you ate something too, because the flavor in your mouth ain't like potato chips. So now I feel like you ate something, but you ain't full off it. Nah, I figured you was since you was my guy, we could do that real quick.
That was good.
I give them the thumbs up. I recommend them. I recommend they sponsor us first though, but can't do a whatever they call them, unboxing or none of that shit without giving your real opinion. I will buy them again. Right kind of sandwich, and they had a smaller bag of that on the side. I would probably grab them joints all day.
But I'm saying that to me is better, almost giving the cheddar sour cream a run for its money.
Bro, and that's what I was thinking.
This is what I'm saying. Like that.
Sour
That's
cream
cheese whiz
cheddar
taste.
is all that.
Whiz wit.
And I was about to say, what was your other favorite chips?
I like the chili Doritos.
You want some new shit. You don't want nothing that they can tell time on.
Cause I'm a snacker. I'm a big fan. You know, when I snack, I like to have special snacks.
I do the kettle horseradish cheddar.
I do like kettle barbecue with a nice tuna sub. Nice tuna hoagie. Hoagie, whatever you want to call it.
Social media has ruined everything.
Yeah, man.
He says tuna sub and you have to laugh now. That's crazy. Yeah. So you were on board for all of my concert series, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, you did all of them. We had the latest one, installment number 5, just got done rapping last week. What's your thoughts on the progression of the SippinWitSammie concert series and comparison to the last show, also to what we did before? Because we switched it up a little bit this time.
Well, first, Sammie, I appreciate you, you know, wanting me to be a part of it. Because it's special. You know, this is, again, some historical shit that these people are seeing. I don't think that they really understand what's going on.
It'll come soon.
But hopefully it comes to them, because it takes a lot to do what you see. It's not easy.
I think they gotta witness it a little bit. Like,
yeah, I wanted to start from the background and work my way to the front.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, far as production is concerned, far as celebrity is concerned, on the level that we're on, meaning getting the people that perform on the Sippin' with Sammie concert series, to organizing the whole situation, to actually putting on something of value. It is fucking awesome. It is a whole vibe.
Thank you.
And I feel like this is a wave. They're not getting this from anywhere else. It is unique. And I feel like if it's cutting edge and if you got some good material, then Sippin' with Sammie is somebody you need to be in his DMs.
I appreciate that. One thing
doubt.
that I got a homie that does the spoken word, and he was real supportive. And I told him, like, bro, you can get down too. Like, you know what I mean? You can go between the artists or open the show or something. Like, we'll put you in a position that makes sense. I'm not just going to throw you up there and, you know what I mean, have it like, skirt. But at the same time, this is a concert, and that's all inclusive of all our talents. And I wouldn't want to necessarily start a poetry slam, because if that was the case, then I would probably go your way or create a different entity for that. That I wouldn't want to, you know what I mean? I wouldn't want to merge them, because I think that spoken word, and just speaking in general, needs its own space. If people, I don't know if people understand that, but it doesn't get the understanding and the support. It's always like JV.
It's like this to me. It's like this to me, Sam. I've been around a minute. You know, I'm really neo soulish. You dig what I'm saying?
Neo soulish.
The spoken word, poetry, whatever you want to call it, is from the soul. It's a vibe. I really don't want to look at a person just standing there in the spot. I want to feel it. I want you to project your feelings to me. I don't want to, you know what I mean? It's all about how you project, you know, your poetry,
and I
your
think
words.
that's why it deserves more credit, because it's very performative. It's very intimate. Nothing else are you up there by yourself besides stand up, with nothing else to go off of, no music, no nothing. You know what I mean? And then the more you get into it, the more you realize how much can be done, how much can be added to the performance, how simplistic could be dope. You know what I mean? Like, depending on the subject matter or the room sometimes. I think that with a lot of our genres, they wind up with everybody seeming to do the same thing, because there's not a big enough section for them. So it's like the people that's getting into it are only seeing 3 people. And so they pattern themselves after those 3 people, and we're not talking about enough. And then when you get somebody that goes there, they shoot away. You know what I mean? And it's like, that's what you're supposed to do. But we don't have spaces like Def Poetry Jam, where like Def Poetry Jam was crazy. It was crazy. It's
crazy that you said that. I don't want none of you jokers to steal my ideas, because I know it's a lot of people that's in that lane. But shouts out to BTC_MC. Bless the Child. He is a poet that does the Poets and My Poets and Laughter show. You can be looking forward to something like that coming to you real soon.
Dope, because I think that's what's missing, and that's kind of what I was getting to. Was because that's something that you more tied in with than I am. I know a few poets, but I've never even put that much energy into trying to cultivate a space for them. Similar to like if I was to throw a comedy show, I would have to do it at the behest of comedians that I trust. You see what I'm saying? Because I understand dynamics of comedy, but I don't want to miss that one thing. That's like, bro, you know that was the wrong room, right? Or you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to do that.
And people know. People well, not people, the comedians know. The ones that've been around that do it, they know, you know what I'm saying? So again, you just gotta be mindful and stay professional. You know what I'm saying, when you doing this. But again, you know, please come out and support my man Sippin' with Sammie's live concert series, man.
Please
again,
support Poets and Laughter.
No doubt. Support both of them.
I heard Carlos Miller say, in comedy, if you get a weekly room, that every comedic room takes 6 weeks at least to build. As far as following.
It's all right. So the people that are we gonna be honest? You got Sippin and you got CEO here. I'm gonna give you a little background into this stuff, man. We're getting, when you're dealing with the comedians, most comedians want to get paid when you're having a show, right? because they set the tone for the show. They get people feeling good, laughing, they feeling the way, blah, blah, blah. So, you know, that's their thing that they go on as far as why they want to get paid. The second thing is what I'm dealing with as a boss and having a show is you got to be able to bring some motherfucking people to the motherfucking show.
Yep.
I'm not about to sit here and give you some money and nobody came to see you. And it's no disrespect, you know what I'm saying? This is business. I mean, that's how it should go. If you feeling you're worthy enough to be paid, that means that a certain amount of people should come if they see you on the bill.
It's the same way with artists. We go through the same, like, it's the same expectation to us. And that's why the ticket sale thing became a thing. You sell 10, you sell 20, you keep 10 and all of that, because then you guarantee that they're bringing somebody in the building, and then they were getting paid from their ticket sales as opposed to you paying them for not bringing anybody. That's where that medium comes from. And shit, you know, like I know. And this is for anybody that has art that they need to get out there to the people, especially when you start gaining traction. You're going to make money some places, and some places you're not. And the motherfucker that you think is so far ahead of you is doing the same thing. Because sometimes you look out. Sometimes it's a room you need to be in. Sometimes it's an energy or a vibe that you feel. Sometimes you want to just try something out or whatever. You know what I mean? And those opportunities you take advantage of because you don't want your first time on stage to be in front of 5,000, 20,000 people. You don't. You don't want your third time to be that. It's a blessing if it is, and you take it for what it is. But you want to be able to know how to control the energy, how to format your performance, whether that's jokes or songs. You know what I mean? You want to know how to adjust to the room, depending on the energy of the crowd or the room that's in there. You want to make sure you have the right DJ. You know how to talk to the DJ to say, hey, when I come out, I want you to do this. And I need you to do this. And I'm going to say this thing. And DJs is built for that. Good DJs, they know what you mean. You just got to know how to talk to them. Maybe give them a bag of weed, might help. Or a shot. You know what I mean? But like these are things that you learn when you go through the process. So everybody that's super talented and everybody saying that you're great, gauge when it's those times and when it's other times. Because at the same time, you can still show greatness and put on a show that look like you got paid for it, that'll get you 6 more paid joints. Right. And that's a real thing. And one thing that I commend you on, since we talking about platforms with the Poets and Laughter, there was a whole concert going on upstairs. Right. For your last joint. You have comedians and people doing spoken word. Comedians and you had singers. So you didn't have a bunch of people that had like loud music and blaring music that can over what was going on upstairs. Mm-hmm. First of all, shout out to Cat Studios. It really didn't affect us at all. Right. But the people going upstairs was like, I kind of want to go in there. Right. And then the people we knew upstairs when their time working was over, they made it a point to come down and show off for you. Happy. And that's a compliment. No doubt. That's a beautiful thing. That means that you and the energy both was in a line that night with those people. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? And you got free performances from people that we just got done bigging up. No doubt. But it's like that. Those things matter. Those things make artists want to do it again. And that's the thing for the people that aren't artists. Mm-hmm. Make it pleasurable, make it enjoyable, show some concern for the mindset and the well-being of the people that are coming to do your shows. Right. Give a fuck, man. Right. Like, talk to them. Because I know you be busy, we running around, we handling things. I get it. Mm-hmm. But make sure they situated, tell them you get back, and tell them who they could contact if they need something. And then check back.
I normally try to have a rehearsal. Excuse me, prior. Just to make sure everything's cool, but you know.
How's that been going for you?
It goes well. I mean, to be honest, there has been some, maybe 3 people might have showed up, but the last ones in blah blah, people have shown up, and it does go a lot better.
No, it makes the show better. You just got to get people to show up.
Copy.
It's hard to get people to show up, man. And I know when you do your events, you always, especially when you have the band, right. You try to do more than one joint. Mm-hmm. And I think that that's smart because I think that people assume that the band is just going to play what the radio plays live. Right. And that's not how bands work.
No.
That's not how it works. Shout out to Donnie Vocals because he's a professional.
Shouts out to Donnie Vocals.
And he showed a motherfucker how to work that band, and the band works very, very well with him. But even with his performance, I think there was a point where he said, you know what, we just going keep it moving, and you just do that.
No doubt.
You just do that. But I think that the professionalism that you show on that side is paying off, because I haven't been in a cold room yet on a Poets and Laughter.
No doubt.
Everybody leaves there, and everybody that talks about it. And Glockaware has a lot of people that have been on the show or that have popped up to show love to the show. They all talk about, yo, it's a vibe. It's a vibe, yo. You got to do it, yo. You don't understand, like, because we get caught up in a lot of times, especially locally, we get caught up in doing the same kind of shit,
Right.
with a different name on it.
Right.
And once the training wheels is off, it ain't but so much of that you want to do over and over again. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you created that. So salute to you for that. Salute
I
to you for
appreciate that. Thank you, brother.
No problem, man. So what's the future hold, man, with the show? Do you see anything that you want to add to your situation, possibly? For the CEO role experience, specifically?
I would like to start a studio audience. Maybe about 5 or more people. Not pushing it. You know what I'm saying? But it could be like 5 to 10 people.
So
dig
you
what
would
I'm
be
saying?
live potting,
But
but it's not potting, but
it's
it
not
would be a
potting.
live
Yeah,
studio
it'll be
audience.
it'll be a live studio audience.
Yeah,
Right.
like you said.
But yeah, I wanted. That's something that I was working on. But again, getting people.
For energy or reaction, or both? For energy, reaction, or both?
Reaction. Don't need the energy. The energy's there.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like for that, it's just more of the shock factor of the, what other people have to say based on what we're talking about. You feel what
So
I'm
you
saying?
would swing the mic to the crowd?
Yeah, we would have a segment for it. One segment will be for that.
Okay, I see you, Bro Povich.
You know what I'm saying? One 20-minute segment of the show would be for question and answering from the audience.
And what kind of things would you want to cover with that segment, or would it be based on current events, time?
Well, it could be they could ask a
Hot
question
topic.
to the special guest. They could ask a question to the special guest. It might have been something a topic that we spoke about prior to the segment that they want to comment on as well.
Open.
It'll also do good for shouting the show out, because people will be like, oh, I was on the show, blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So I thought that would be a decent aspect for it. And again, I would like to shop the show. I'm looking for sponsorship.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? So again, it's not something that is what you're normally seeing at the moment.
I think the studio audience works well. I think for how your show runs, especially with what you said you want to do with it, I think that's a good idea. I think 5 to 15 is fitting. 10 is probably perfect, but anywhere around there, and you're just like, it's not too much, and you have a diverse. Because you also, what happens is, groupthink is so much easier sometimes when it's only a few people. That somebody says something that's so compelling that everybody just changes their answer. Like, I would just go with that one.
And that's
you need enough people to have somebody that's
Right.
like, but hold up, the other side of that's still staying though.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Engage with the people.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And see what the people thinking.
I think that's dope. I think that would be a dope addition to the situation. Now, I had said to you, and I don't even think I mentioned it to Font yet, that somewhere around September or October, we shall combine Poets and Laughter and the SippinWitSammie concert series.
Yeah, definitely. We were definitely talking about that.
Been kind of excited about that.
Yeah.
Because I thought of a few different ways, and we're not going to get into them on here,
Yeah.
that could translate.
That they're gonna be sick.
But I think it's
They're
all
gonna be sick.
going to be crazy.
They're gonna be sick.
It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be, what T.I. say, creme de la creme, shout it.
Yeah. This is crazy. Again, it's more monumental shit. If you're not paying attention, man, you got to be a little slow, man. You dig what I'm saying? Like what you're seeing right here, we're not trying to, and even if something happens to come across a little similar, so what? So motherfucking what?
No, because, and that's why doing it together is going to make so much sense, because you're going to see what is added to the situations separately and together. Like, because if you've been paying attention, then you're going to see what the dynamic is together, because we haven't been without each other on either one.
Right.
But neither one of us our brainchild together.
Right.
We both just come in and play a part for the other one.
Right.
You know what I mean? Which has been working out pretty well, if I may say so myself. But since you've been in the game, in the industry, really focused on the entertainment side of it, you've been moving around a lot more lately.
Yes.
I've been seeing you in spots that I'm at. I've been seeing you in spots I was supposed to be at, and all type of stuff. And I commend you on that, because that's so much of the situation in our city, as far as trying to get around and figure out what's going on and how you could be effective, is being around. But how does that transition work for you? Like, do you have to sacrifice other things now? Are you prioritizing differently? What are you gaining from these things? Like, how has that been working for you? Because I preach it all the time, but
No
you right there right now.
like we were speaking, before the show started. No names, but like I know that I gotta support. I gotta go out there. Who I am and what I do. I have to network. I have to mingle with not only artists but other CEOs, other business men and women. So I can't just do and think everybody's gonna come to me. Like, who am I? You know what I'm saying? So I gotta go out there and hustle. I gotta go out there and put myself on the scene and support people and let people know it's cool and this, that, and the third, even though it's still probably not going to be. You know how people are. But it's all love. I'm there.
Yeah.
You feel me? So, just showing love and respect. So hopefully, they'll understand it ain't that deep and maybe they'll come out and support me one day.
Has it opened your eyes to how much more talent is out here than you assumed?
Yeah, it's a lot of talent. It's just everybody doesn't have their business together.
Mm-hmm.
But there is definitely a lot of talent.
It's like boatloads of like good energy and people that really put into their art, and not the business. Not the business. You right. Well, shout out to Font Productions. Get with K and get your business right. Yeah, or get with one of us and have a conversation and get the ball rolling. But that comes with a fee too. It's light, but it's a fee. It's a fee. It's a fee. But I think that sometimes a lot of people get frustrated because you see so much local talent and you don't hear them on bigger stages or see them on bigger stages or hear them in barbershop conversations a lot of the time. You know what I mean? And it's a lot of the times, you're absolutely right. It is their business a lot of the times. A lot of the times, this is a lake that is viewed as an ocean that has the network of a pond. And if you're not big fish, which a lot of the most talented people aren't, you see what I'm saying? It's easy to get lost in the shuffle. It's like comparing your high school to a New York City high school. And you see why New York dudes had different demeanors than we did. They had to do a little more in certain neighborhoods to be seen or to be that guy. So their pride came from a different place. You see what I'm saying? And we didn't necessarily have those same amount of pressure. So it's the same in the music industry. It's like we're the reverse of that. Like we have the middle stream. We're not the biggest. We're not the smallest. But we're looked at as one of the biggest. And it's a bunch of motherfuckers down here.
This is the thing. Motherfuckers need to get out their own way, man. It really just, like I said, the support. That too. You dig what I'm saying? That too. Because maybe that might open their mind up a little bit more on business and seeing other things and how things are done.
And you dig what I'm saying? Move, but try to travel and definitely network outside of the city.
But while you're here, get out your own fucking way, man. Go out and support people, man. Stop acting like, the weird shit, man. Ain't nobody better than nobody, man. Motherfuckers be fronting, man. You don't know if you got more money than that person or not.
Redman said,
you feel me?
Redman said he got this thing called, I don't want to be around non-fun people. And I like it. It's so simple.
I'm just saying that makes sense. For what we do, why would we not want to be around fun people?
Why wouldn't we be wanting to have fun doing what we're doing? You're in an entertainment field.
Right.
Like, if we're not entertaining, we should be entertained. Like, it should be a revolving door of laughter and showing love and getting flowers. That's what it should be.
That's what it is,
and
baby.
That's what we're building. For anybody that's not in the know, I hear a lot of people always giving the stigma of how Philly don't support Philly and all of this type of shit. And the circles that I've been running around in lately and the people that I've been in constant communication with don't believe or acknowledge that. You see what I'm saying? Because working too hard trying to put other motherfuckers in position and trying to get to where they trying to go. But we all support each other. We pull up to everything. Everything. I keep it G. Like, when I told you, remember before I said, you're going to see the same people all the time. From 1122 to Nest Party to a rooftop somewhere, it's a lot of the same people business-wise. And an artist that is smart. Because there's a lot of artists that support us too.
Right.
Support us too. Whether they perform or not, they pull up.
Right.
They show love. They're approachable while they're at our events.
Right.
They're not standoffish. And that's what makes it weird about unfun people. Why are you? The guy that get a bottle in a section to go everywhere he go came through here, showed everybody love on the strength.
Right.
You're not even that guy. And not saying you shouldn't be that guy.
Right.
But even that guy has work to do, right? Even that
right.
guy has somebody he got to send a bottle to.
That's right.
At the end of the day. And then we don't play those games like they was playing back in the day. If you send somebody a bottle, that's not how you send somebody. That's like giving somebody a drink at a certain level. That's acknowledgement. That's, yo, my God. That's just like if I'm out Cali and my man got it, he gonna make sure I ain't got to worry about smoking. That's the thing. That's not sunning nobody. That's love. People gotta learn how to take flowers and how to give flowers and not worry about the bullshit. But
exactly,
I hear you a lot of the times. You'll say like that. You don't let a lot of things affect you because you've been a businessman for a long time and you've been in the world for a long time. But how do you ultimately, like, what do you categorize certain things? Do you just say, you know what, I'm not going to do business over there, or I'll wait till they come around, or like how do you put it to where you don't take it personally?
Well, really, how I don't take it personal is that I know I don't know them personally.
Mm-hmm. I think that's big for me too. That's a big part of it.
If we've never had a conversation about anything for a minute for me to get a gist of how you are, or you to get a gist of how I am, how can I say I don't like you? Like, I don't know you.
And I can't be offended by how you...
offended. Yeah, so right, and get to that point. I can't be offended by how you're acting. If that's how he or she chooses to act, that's on them. Like, it don't make me feel no way because I'm cool. You feel me? But that's not going to make me like, oh, I'm coming to you. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's not how we going to do that. We're not going to play no games. You know what I'm saying? It's genuine. You know what I'm saying? What's up? How you doing? It's not like you got to sit down and bust it up for a minute, but just to break the ice, speak.
Yeah, that's a big part. There's a couple people that, and the longer it goes, the more I'm like, I might need to rethink my position on some of these people. But there's a couple people that is like, there's times where when they around me, hey, blah, 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 whoa, whoa, whoa. Then there's other times where it's like, I feel like you just look right through me, fam. And I know I nodded about 3 times already. Like, you know how you get a nod, you like, maybe they missed the nod. Right. All right. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, I don't like feeling like that. But at the same time, we got somewhere to go. We making a means to it, and everybody has an off night. But when I feel like that multiple times, I start feeling like a crumb, and I've never been a crumb before.
Nah, see, you can't.
But I still don't take it personal.
But listen,
I'm just not. I like what you said. I'm not coming to you.
But this is the thing. You're not a crumb. That's the game that they playing. See, that's the game. It's not. It's to put you on a level. It's not. That's how we separate it. As I spoke earlier. At the end of the day, I'm not taking it personal because that's not my agenda. That's not my intentions. Aren't that? Mm-hmm. Those are your intentions. So however you act makes you look a certain way.
I really just start feeling like they weirdos. And that's why I think I don't really take it personal. I think I be like, all right, but he just on some weird shit.
People are socially awkward, man. They you know what I mean? Like, they just, maybe they don't know. Maybe they know, but they don't want to do that because maybe they feel like they don't measure up. Who knows?
All right.
Their insecurities. So maybe they use that as a tactic to cover up their insecurities.
But I think, and it's funny that you say insecurities because when you were speaking about it earlier, I was about to say, I think a lot of times it's people's insecurities. A lot of times people give off the safety net, John. Like, they put this bubble around them and they carry it as an air of confidence, of arrogance, when at the end of the day, these motherfuckers are scared to death, anxious, uncomfortable.
That's what it is, bro.
It's a lot of that. And I think that with, and there's extremes to everything. But I think the more that you do shit, the more comfortable you get doing it. So when you realize that this is you, You know what I mean? Or where you realize that you might be and this is the perfect example. If you're in a room with people that are on your level constantly and you don't get the same traction out of the room, it's not the room, it's you. So if you're in the business to be doing business, then you need to gain more traction. And how do you do that? You do what they do. You don't have to do it like they do it. You could still be a player. You could be the guy that make sure everybody get a drink tonight.
You know how I see it, how I know it, just growing up and lessons that I learned with dealing with people in business and things of that nature. When you doing business right there, eventually got to come see us. They got to come see us. However you look, if you're doing business well, with anything, in that lane, and if they're in that lane, they got to come see you. I
think that's what business and energy. Because I feel like, and it was one point in my life where my homie was this guy. And then when I got older, I became the guy that when I'm in a room, at some point the room rotates past me. Motherfuckers come speak, motherfuckers come chill, motherfuckers come whatever, wherever I'm at, usually because it's chill. It ain't no airs over there. And the people is over there, but like it became a thing to where it's like, that's about energy a lot of the times. Like even in business, you don't want to do business. Somebody that you know does great business, but you don't like how they carry it. It's limits to how much you would be willing to put up to do business with them.
In that aspect, right? If you are not prompt, if you don't follow through on some of the things that I hear you say, I'm not eager to deal with you. Mm-hmm. I'm like me. I don't know who you are. I'm not. That's gonna be a headache to me.
I don't like announcement people. I don't like people that's, oh wait, I'm about to do this, 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 when it's not called for. I like people that constantly just show and prove. Shout out to Human Barbie. I gave her a compliment the other night.
Shout out Human Barbie.
After the concert series. I said, you never talk about what you gonna do, but every week you post 8 new events that you're a part of on your page. People don't move like that. You see what I'm saying? And when you that busy, you don't have time to talk about what's coming next. You just got time to schedule it and make sure that it's right when it hit. You see what I'm saying? But you give people the heads up when they see the promo. And that's and you put your head back down and you keep running. And it's like I wanted to mention her because people don't respect, like you said, all levels of what makes this thing move. We depend on vendors a lot of the times to make the scenery, the feeling, the vibe of our events the right way. And we make a couple of hours off it, but not really, but unless it's a big event. But like we need those vendors a lot of times. This is one of the people that make sure these vendors always have somewhere to pop up at. She keeps the machine running. That helps us.
I agree.
That helps entrepreneurs not get frustrated.
Yeah. And that's just giving back. Like you said, giving people that vend a place to go. Everybody says, oh, I don't know where to go to. But they know at least one time a month they can come to Poets and Laughter. The table fee is $30 because it's not really that type of event. It's $50 if you a 420 vendor though. But get at me, man.
And my vendor slots is light too. Actually. Shout out to New Jersey WEEDMAN's joint, man.
Yeah, shouts out to Unc.
They created an atmosphere. He gave out a bunch of pre-rolls.
Copy that.
You know what I'm saying? Showed everybody some love.
Yes, he did.
And the environment, the scenery was dope, and the crowd was dope. We didn't have any issues, and I always love when that happens. So shout out to New Jersey WEEDMAN's joint. But you know what? That's a vision too. Like sometimes, like when I go there, it's like this is what we supposed to have. Like we ain't supposed to have to go across the bridge for this. You see what I'm saying? And not saying that I want anybody to necessarily step on his toes, but it's like the laws is so fucked up.
Right.
That like this is a new thing.
Well, that's what he was explaining at the SippinWitSammie concert series. That he fought. He fought long. So you gotta understand it's money involved. If he's saying he fought
a long time.
He fought a long time. So for him to be able to get it where he has his way, he's gonna really like anybody. I'm gonna swing my balls. You know what I'm saying? And he got it like that. He has one he opened up in Miami, correct?
Yep.
Shouts out to New Jersey WEEDMAN. So
use, promo code SippinWitSammie if you call ahead of time, and he'll take care of you. He'll make sure that you get the SippinWitSammie experience at the Miami, New Jersey WEEDMAN. And shout out to him for that, because that was crazy when he said that.
That's what I'm saying, man.
That was crazy, but I understand it, and I'm happy for him because he's one of us.
Yeah.
I went to school with his family. His family is tied into my music career. Shout out to Tamal. He shot videos for me early in my career, and they were quality that people were trying to get to. And Tamal was early on. Now he's even better at the, you know what I mean, at the visuals. But like to see the growth, and then to see when he went to Miami, now Tamal down there shooting all of the shit down. You know what I mean? Like that's a beautiful thing.
Right.
But that's when, you know, when we building something, and you are folk, know you got something to add to the thing.
Right.
Run your race, add what you can. But when I make this next play to where I could guarantee you some shit, we greater, but you have to be. We can't split agendas.
See, that's the thing with most people, you know, because I feel like people, those things split because people start to become feeling entitled. They lose focus of the main goal, and everybody wants to feel entitled for whatever their reason.
Is that a part of kind of reaching their goal already?
It's like we know. It's like if speaking, you know, figuratively, it's like, you know, they know what the goal is, but yet as the, you know, because stuff happens, bro. Like it's life. Like people are human. Bad days, whatever the case may be. Everybody doesn't mentally think the same. You feel me? So at the end of the day, hard work and things being put in, you know, people can feel, oh, I'm doing more than this person, or, you know, this wouldn't be possible if I wasn't here, or, you know, well, do you know that this goes on when you're not around and all that? You know what I'm saying? The BS. So again, that's because people start to feel entitled. And you got to be, as a leader, know and foresee it before it even come, or when it may start, you know what I'm saying, before it comes and becomes a cancer to your situation. So like that's what I mean by that. Like you gotta really be focused on who you're dealing with, because everybody's mentality isn't the same.
And that's something that I understand. Well, I've had a lot of different kind of jobs, and I fancied myself an athlete at one point. So you figure out a lot about just life in the world and other people, and also, like my dad used to say, if you don't like the mentality of the people you work around, put yourself in a position to work around better quality of people.
Exactly.
So get yourself a new school skill, go back, you know, get something going on that puts you around people that is on some other shit.
You got to constantly playing some more.
But anyway, we not on that.
Yeah.
I'm just, you know, because I know that you somebody, like you say, you run multiple different businesses. I've seen you talk to your people. You are very diplomatic. Way more diplomatic than the guy I grew up with.
Well, the thing is, when you, I'm firm. I am firm. Don't you know, and stern. And when I have to
I'm talking about delivery.
But yeah, with delivery, like I'm not doing that. I'm a big guy. I'm loud. I'm not yelling at nobody.
I'm a big guy and I'm loud. That does factor in too.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you know, I'm just not doing. I don't think anybody deserves that. If it's that deep, then I don't think, like you said, the energy, the good, and being around good energy people. If that's not what it is, I think we need to part ways.
So speaking of good energy people, right? Top 3 people ideally, and they don't have to be famous, because I want realistic. Not saying you can't get famous, but I mean I don't want people to just always go to famous people for conversation.
Right.
So top 3 people to have on your show that you've never done any show with, like they never had them on a OLS.
Never did anything. Yeah. Never did anything with them.
It could be community people or whatever you want. Somebody that's an elder that you think.
Yeah, well, Sister Talia.
Okay.
I haven't worked with her yet, and just
shout out, sis.
Shouts out to Sister Talia. I know she has the Dreams of Coalition.
City of Dreams Coalition, yes.
But really, you know, just what it takes, and get to know a little bit more about her and her background and where she comes from and what she's been through and how she got to where she's at.
She's done a lot.
Exactly.
She does a lot. Yeah, absolutely.
And I haven't worked with her yet, but we have talked, and that's going to happen.
That's a good. I like that.
You dig what I'm saying? That's one.
And I think we need to bring light to people like her, because people always say nobody does anything and she's one of the people that does everything in real time, no matter what type of climate we are in. She's on the streets. So I think I like that. But go ahead, my bad.
Right. I would like to get E and S, Lou.
Oh, Enes.
Yeah, because
Lou gang.
we got some shit to talk about.
I think you'll get that one soon.
Yeah. I'm not
And
tripping.
congratulations to Lou. He just had a classic battle this weekend that just passed.
Copy that.
And yeah, they talking crazy about that, John. So shout out to him for holding the city down. Him and
No
Reed.
doubt. E Ness.
Yep. I think Ness is a good one because like you not a just got hip nigga. Like we watched Ness
Right.
from the projects to the TV to Superstar to
That's why it's a little different
Cheesecake.
for me. It's a little different for me.
That's a dope conversation because it's not a surface conversation.
Right. It's going to get deep.
No, I like that. I like that a lot. That's two good ones. Give me one more. Two
and my
more.
last one, I would like Out of Left Field podcast to come through, man.
Oh yeah, you gotta get the guys on.
You dig what I'm saying?
Y'all got enough chairs in there.
Yeah, it's definitely enough seats, enough stools and shit in there, man, for us to make it happen.
It's enough seat in the Cast Studios, man.
Yeah. So
I would like to see the set for that episode.
Yeah.
Because I know what it takes to get everybody on camera right. That would be dope for your setup. The way your setup is, that would be dope. That would be dope.
So yeah, that's my three for right now.
I like them three. Now, what did you learn from Greg? DJ Greg Nice.
DJ Greg Nice is a real OG, right?
He's been supporting me for a while now. Bro.
Yeah, like he a real OG, and I'm not saying that like I like listening to when I got to know him. Why I even asked him to be on my show? Like his demeanor, how he carry it. You dig what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's certain ways that he go, and I know that he's not like that, and that's why he's successful in doing what he does. You dig what I'm saying? So I was like, man, I would love to get you on the show so we could talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He was like, he like I said, the energy, fuck with me. Like, no doubt, I'll be there. You feel what I'm saying?
He had fun and pose and laughter too.
Yeah, no doubt.
He was out his seat by the stage for a lot of the performances, catching footage and all that. Bro. I peeped it. He was sitting with me. That's why I know.
No doubt, bro. I'm telling you, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
But what did you learn about him that you didn't know?
That he battled a lot of people that names we knew. I know he was on an underground pirate. I didn't know he was on a what is it? Pirate, right?
Pirate Radio.
Pirate Radio. I
did his show before.
And he basically, what he was saying is that's how he met all the famous people doing that. Mm-hmm. And he told me the radio station, but I'm not gonna put it out because he didn't put it out there on my show, so I'm not gonna. We're gonna
leave it alone, yeah.
Right. So he said that they won blah blah blah. He said they turned him down. They was trying to pay him less blah blah blah. Mm-hmm. He like, why would I leave? I didn't know that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a lot of little stuff. A lot of little history, man.
He been around, man.
Yeah, he been around. It's a little bit more too, but check it out.
And he's been through some struggles, and he's done. I know he's going through struggles in the past. He's an OG. But in real time, in the last few years of social media, he's went through sobriety. Okay. He's gotten hurt. Somebody had attacked him. Okay. He went through a lot, and he didn't hide it from the people. He kept the people abreast of what's going on from an educational standpoint. Right. And he was always thankful and gracious, and his energy never shifted. I know he was frustrated. I know he had down times and dark times. But I've been running into this gentleman for a while, and I appreciate him every time I see him. So shout out to Greg Nice, because when I seen you with him on there, I didn't know you was going to have him on. Yeah. So I thought that was ill because I think, just like rest in peace DJ Ant Live, like we got legends around us, man. Right. And they fuck with us. Right. You know what I mean? Like we gotta talk to him to know that they fuck, but they not on no standoffish. They not outdated. He still dress how niggas dress. He still got the jewelry. He still drive the wheels. Like these dudes is out here.
But man, you want to know what it is though? Great. You want to know what it is?
Making their money.
It's the energy though. It's like I don't be like overjoyed, but my energy be good. It's like we can talk.
No, but that's what it's about.
You feel me?
Because the number one thing. The reason that things go bad in most interviews is because people are apprehensive about you trying to get something salacious or exposure or clickbait out of them, and they're waiting for it the whole time. So what happens is people like you, people like myself. Shout out to to Amani and Lucci from Authentic Philosophies. There's certain people that disarm people immediately because they realize that you're leading with love and that you're just having a conversation. They still had that little thing when they, it might happen, but they're not as and then sometimes you'll do what I do, and I think the girls do also, is you give a little bit of you too. Like if you go deep, like I had this situation when I was a kid, and and that was a dark situation. I'll give you one of mine. You know what I'm saying? Like we can go, and I'm not to outdo you. I probably shoot under you, but just to let you know that, like, you know what I'm saying? No, shit happens, and look where we at now, bro. Right. You see what I'm saying? And I think that helps people a lot of the times. I think that the idea of what doing any show is, when it feels like an interview format, scares most people because they don't want something to come up. They don't want somebody that had DM'd you some shit that you didn't. So a lot of times when people ask for questions, it's like, well, we're having a conversation, but this is what we're going to cover.
See, when I do, all right, so, and that's enough. Everybody trusts me. So, like, I'm not, again, my show is about giving
everybody
flowers.
Trust me is great.
Is like, I'm not, that's the demeanor. I'm not ignorant. I'm not crazy at the mouth. I can be, but we're not there no more. You know, we've matured. But again, as I stated, like, I'm not here to play anybody, never say that they not put nobody on the spot. That is not the energy that my show is about. This is not nothing like the Wendy Williams shit or nothing like that. Like, really what it is again, and what makes it easy is first of all, these people have shit to talk about because they've been through shit. That's number one. They've been through shit. They don't get this particular type of spotlight.
And you're not in a position to be holding the numbers to where you have to have something crazy to say to shoot your numbers up.
Copy
to fit somebody else's liking.
Copy that.
You could be organic.
This is genuine. This is all genuine. So again, like as I explained to them, this is about you. And so it's not there, like basically, so there really weren't any set questions. Just go and we'll feed off of kind of what you talking about.
Isn't that the fact that what you said before about these people have stuff to talk about, and the fact that you want some love and respect shit, right? Mm-hmm. After you start to put that in motion, whether it was with the OLF podcast or with certain things that you even could do in business,
right?
Isn't it kind of self-fulfilling? Don't it make you feel good to be one of the people that does try to intentionally put the right shit out there?
I love it. That's the gratifying aspect of it.
The numbers wouldn't make you sleep better than what you doing and still getting good numbers on. You see what I'm saying?
Right. It's fulfilled. Like after those shows, I feel that's a great show. That's good.
People gonna learn something. People gonna see something a side of this person they never saw before.
Learn something. They're gonna get a CO experience.
I want to do more panels. I did a crypto joint, and I did a real estate pup, and I've done a couple other randoms that weren't set up as panels but wound up becoming panels because of the certain personalities and professionals, I should say, that we had on her. But I want to be intentional about putting certain groups of people together to discuss certain things, and I mean random shit, like from the top to the bottom. Like it doesn't, I don't want to get too political, but there's things that aren't necessarily political that are.
I agree. At the end of the day, the platform that I have, the platform that you have, what we are accessible to, we have the space. We can do that and put that on as a production.
And I trust my people enough to possibly start live streaming a couple of them too, to where they could be interactive. But that's another level. But you know that. Right.
So what I'm saying with that, because I love where you're going with that, meaning like certain things need to be talked about. You know what I mean?
Fleshed out in real time, respectfully.
Respectfully. Like, yeah, you could get compassionate on it, but, you know, nobody's fighting or doing anything like that. But yet, we got an A and a B. You dig what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And let's go. Like, what's the reasons why things are going on in our community and within our culture like they're going on now? What's the problem?
And let's start it by saying, all right, let's set ground rules, right? And ground rules being let's X out certain outs. Like, we know in certain conversations, there's certain outs that always come. If we're talking about Mars and Venus, and you ask a woman, why do women do this, or why would you do this? She'll say, because dudes do. We can't have those answers. Right. That answer does not work. You see what I'm saying? So if we're talking about politics, and I say, well, what's this and this? Lesser of two evils. I need more than that, bro. You see what I'm saying? I understand like that kind of thing.
You can't, and this is where I don't like, if I am speaking with someone in a conversation or interviewing someone, and they give me like a open, what is it, like a one-ended like answer?
Open-ended answer.
Like it's done. It's nothing really you could care. How they answered
you
it.
didn't get anything from it.
We didn't get nothing from it, but how you answered it is nothing really we can spin off from it.
But you figure out what kind of people they deal with by how they answer your questions.
Copy.
And this is what people don't understand about somebody that talks to and interviews people a lot of times. There's times that you could talk to a dude that could seem super thorough. You could be having a conversation and you'd be like, all the women you deal with is dumb as shit, bro. Because you're talking to me like I'm one of them. And then you're not even trying to be disrespectful. You think that you're getting away with it. You don't even realize that I'm picking up what you're putting down. And it's not good.
And that's why...
You thought you won or got over. My audience is coming to me like, yo, the fuck boy thought he was.
I feel like that's why you keep your circle tight.
I'm just talking about because, you know, I'm on a radio station.
No,
I can't control that. I can, but I don't put the restraints on that I do on the SippinWitSammie podcast as far as who comes on, right? So sometimes you'll find out somebody's fired. They dope. They come across decent when you see them in person and, you know, in their prospective field. And then you get to talking and you wind up in your situation. That person's not in my circle, but I'm trying to provide a way for them to look good on this platform for the couple minutes that they're here. And they're not helping. And it's not my responsibility, but so far, and trust me, if I do this one more time, that's as quick as I forget about that shit. But my intention is to always make you look good or be able to at least look the best that you can, and to make you be able to let the people know what you have going on and what you provide personality and business wise.
I think what you just said is so important, and I want to go into a different aspect of it, but it's the same thing.
No, go ahead.
Like, there's people that I've had on Poets and Laughter, like if they're not on Poets and Laughter, like they don't come back and support Poets and Laughter.
Yeah, I want all the people that come on the been on the concert series to keep coming to them.
Like what I mean is, like, just because it's people that ask me to be on Poets, so I'm not supposed to put anybody else on Poets and Laughter.
Mm-hmm.
It's not personal. How is it personal? You feel me? Like, so, but again, this is the thing. Then if you did come and support and show this, that, and the third, so when I know it's openings at times nobody isn't asking really blah, 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 then you could get in.
And it's a progressive thing.
Copy that. It's all about support.
It gets bigger and bigger. So to have the same people on month after month after month doesn't give variety to the audience, or it doesn't bring in a different audience necessarily if we're booking people that bring people, right? So then correct. If you're one of the people that I know can hold me down, I know you fit a certain structure, I know how to accommodate you, I might give you a couple joints off. But the next one you come to, you're going to see the progression of it.
That's the thing. Like I feel like again, you gotta support. It's the platform. I put out a lot of time and effort.
When the sponsors come, I know who's getting paid.
Exactly. And to understand that's what we working for.
Like, I know,
like, all this is that's really what it's about. We're working towards that. Exactly.
I'm working towards the tour, and it's kind of lightweight started a little bit because we already did Trenton right now, bro. Because we already did Trenton. But when you really think about it, bro, I need to have 3 to 5 people guaranteed to kill that could roll with me to these other states and get a check. And then the state, the promoter or whoever is down there, they're responsible for a certain amount of artists or whatever have you, or whatever I work out depending on the business that we set up. But like, I need dogs that's going to be, no matter where we at, pickup game in the hood, pickup game in the suburbs, you still play the same game.
You already know, we gang, it's us against the world.
And that's what I don't think a lot of times is understood when you say things like, about how they receive maybe not being on the show or two. It's like, no, I know that you dope. You're not on here because you're not dope.
No doubt.
That's not the problem. But when the dope shit come, you one of the top people on my list unless you fuck that up.
Right, no doubt.
Unless you just difficult, and then it's not worth the headache because we still at a building phase. I'm not going to have a Kevin Hart deal for the first joint anyway. So like, I don't need no headaches at that point. Shit, Friday is a cult classic, and they made that for no money. A lot of names was in there for no money, right?
Right.
So, and I don't want nobody to get robbed. I want everybody to make as much money as possible, and I share that way. But I understand. I've been told no too. I reach out. I push my limits and shit like that. I'm not gonna put no names out there.
Man, listen, man. I mean, like the thing. I mean, it was an answer. It was pretty.
You said you pushed your limits, though. I heard that part.
I don't feel like I did in a sense because in my mind, to me, and just the respect for what he does, I feel like I just respect what he do. So it just was. That's why I reached out. So he was like, he told me what he told me, and it was a respectable answer, but it was kind of like cliche. It was kind of like I know you the big homie. That's why I'm reaching out. You dig me? Like I know you're in. I know what you already got outside of this right here. You feel what I'm saying? Like that was understood. But again, I understand it being busy on a different level, and that's how I be sometimes. He said it respect, and it was all good. But
shout out to Del P, because
shouts out to Del P.
Del P is somebody that when I had my birthday joint, and I had Reezy and Corey, it would have been so perfect to have Del that night. But also congratulations to Del because he just got married and he's doing things in life and also getting a lot of opportunities that are beautiful, a lot of looks that look great for him that I've been waiting for him to get.
Right.
So he has a lot going on in that world. And then he was working. And he kept telling me, he said, bro, I'm putting in this OT. You know what I mean? He said, I wish you're doing it on the weekend, but I'm putting in overtime right now. As soon as I can do it, I'm on there. And then I saw him a few weeks back and he said, whatever date is your next one, I'll be there.
Right.
And he came through and he did what the fuck Del P do, man. And I appreciate that brother so much because it's just like my platform wouldn't be my platform if HB, Majay, Del P, Bookworm, if certain people didn't touch it, it don't even feel like I didn't even get my people off yet.
Understand?
You see what I'm saying? And he's one of them. And I have a few more in my head that I still want to get to, but I want the situation for them to be right. I don't never want it to be where they're under the pressure of, because what happens sometimes with us, and we don't always get this side of it, people do things that they're not ready to do because they don't want to disappoint us.
That's true too, and that happens a lot with me. I guess because I'm I'm big in stature, so people not even like afraid, but just I don't want to let the big guy down and shit like that. But they won't tell me, but they'll just fade off. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like I do understand. It's just how they are. That's why they haven't went to where they needed to go to in life.
And it's
you dig
funny.
What I'm saying?
I'm shooting you certain things because I want you to respond for the people because I kind of know how you respond to these things, right? But I think that your perspective and the way you say things, and like you say, your stature, the guy that you are, to hear yourself be humble enough to say these things, I think does a lot for people that's watching this right now. So you passed my test, but I wasn't necessarily testing you, but I'm like, Ro thinks like this, and I'm trying to figure out how the fuck to get these people to understand that, like, it ain't just me or Saf or whoever's saying it. All of us that's running around here with purpose that
cool. I'm sorry.
That I deal with have
right.
this mutual understanding about these few things.
Right. Well, we are innovators. We are entrepreneurs. So at the end of the day, bro, that's how we should be thinking. If you're not thinking this way or even better,
putting up your own roadblocks.
Yeah, you should. You're wasting your own time. Mm-hmm. So like that's the beautiful thing about it. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing. You feel what I'm saying? We're gonna get the other people to see that and wake up and understand that that's what it is. You dig what I'm saying? And that's what and that's how we coming. You see us. You want to see us and hear us. How could you deny us when we can put out the content?
Nah, you can't really miss us. And I think that everybody that we spoke on today, if I can remember, because we spoke to a couple different entities today, I feel like everybody is on it like that. Like I feel like you said, innovative and entrepreneurs. Because that's a different lane.
Right. Because
entrepreneur is somebody that sees something, knows how to make something off of it. An innovator makes that thing and then makes something off of it and if you're an innovative entrepreneur, that means you can do both. I think that was actually a good pairing. The way you started that sentence, actually, on some no bullshit. I couldn't have said it no better myself.
It's levels to this. It's levels to shit. You dig what I'm saying? You gotta learn before you can get to anywhere.
But we had a conversation before we got on camera that we're not gonna rehash. But the bottom line to it was how much energy goes into it and how much money comes out of it. When it comes down to how you carry certain things, when it comes down to how you've been used to doing business, when it comes down to your personality, how has that been paying you?
It pays me well, because I don't play with it. You dig what I'm saying?
But other people are entitled and they play with it.
Well, the reason why I say this is because I have other people that are with me. So it's not just about me. You dig what I'm saying? I have a team. I have an assistant. I have a photographer. You dig what I'm saying? I want them to eat too. I want them to get notoriety as well.
Can I call for that? My man said, I have an assistant and I have a photographer. Do you know from whence we came? Do you know we're hiding from cameras was a full-time job?
Yeah. I'm not and that's another thing too.
And I don't mean necessarily what y'all thinking, but it was nothing that nobody was willing to brag about going on at a certain point, man. It was nothing worth capturing every moment of at a certain point. There was grinds, and it would have been great for a documentary.
It's like now, bro. It's like I feel, but all the, like you said, it was a lot of years that I was not on the scene. I don't want to be on the scene. I don't want to be seen. I'm living life. I'm doing me, and I'm out.
Getting this right. Getting this right.
Exactly. So at the end of the day, I did not want to be seen. The only time I think, but since now I want to be seen is probably like high school, college. And I'm feeling that vibe again, so I'm feeling good. You know what I'm saying, as far as how this is going.
I like that for you.
Yeah, I enjoy this.
But that's actually what I've been noticing, and that's why I responded when you said that.
Right.
Because, like, bro, we know each other, and you say it all the time. You say it more than I say it. You always introduce me to somebody that's been around you since forever, and that we've always kicked it and had thorough conversations together. You know that I know your temperament. I know what you're capable of.
Right.
I know that there's a silverback just as much as there's a golden heart.
Right, no doubt.
You see what I'm saying? I know that about you. But, like, when you said that just did, that made all the sense in the world, bro. That makes sense. That makes sense. I'm with you on that. I like that for you. I like it for you because you deserve to have. These are the beginning stages of the fleet of people that we hope to be able to financially support through business. You want to have a staff. You want to have something for people to do to make money doing what they're great at. And
I want to be able to do it and not really have to be there.
Absolutely.
So I can send the crew, I'll let them go do it, and I get my, you know what I'm saying? I don't want it to be there for everything.
I'm going to tell you what I learned from my dad. If I called the barbershop at 3:15, I probably heard EPMD blasting, I probably heard curse words, all that shit.
Right.
I called the barbershop at 3:30. Hello, Rices, how you doing?
Right.
So you still got to be there at some point. Not saying because he never was there every day of the morning because he couldn't.
Like I said again, for what it's worth, for what I feel I need to be there for, I'll be there. You feel what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's so much shit to do.
But there's a balance in business because I also know an example of a guy that opened a hair salon uptown, and he sat in that salon around the women over top of them basically way too much. He couldn't figure out his balance. You see what I'm saying? But he didn't do hair, so he was scared of losing money and all that. He didn't find his balance. And that's why identifying the right people to delegate responsibility to is very important. Very important. And I mean, like, something can happen to you tomorrow that puts you down for 2 weeks. Business has to continue. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That important.
Right.
And the average American is a $400 emergency away from being broke.
And that's how I want it to be.
So everybody don't have 2 weeks to figure some shit out.
No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt. That's what it is.
So no, I like it for you, man. I like how you moving. Cause I never said that on this platform before. I salute you.
I appreciate that.
I appreciate the fact that when you do come to me for certain suggestions, advice, whatever, whether that's who, what, where, that I feel like you take it seriously, you take it personal, and I feel like I've been able to benefit you in that way, at least, if not anything else. Mm-hmm. But I think once you get your show, because we're at this point of filming, we're 4 episodes, let's say 4,
yes,
deep on your show.
Mm-hmm.
This will probably be out a couple weeks from now. Mm-hmm. And the direction that you want to go and the premise that you built it on, like your mission statement, mm-hmm, so to speak,
right, I
think it's perfect to fit into like what's missing. Mm-hmm. And like I say all the time, there's a lot of weirdos with big mouths. Mm-hmm. When we get into these spaces that a lot of people aren't getting into, mm-hmm, and we're coming from a real place, right, watch how fast the appreciation grows for what you're doing.
Right. No doubt.
When we put you in a virtual world, and there's a bunch of geeks in the virtual world doing pods and shows, and then there's a real one on that 7.
They got to come holler at us to do
Somebody got to go to the real one. Like, remember when this thing started, Taxstone was the real one.
Yeah, that is.
Niggas ain't want to hear all them of them up. Niggas went to the real one. Whether they agreed with him or not, they listened to argue.
Right.
But at least he was talking about shit they cared about from a perspective they cared about.
Mm-hmm.
The more we grow in these spaces, whether that's a boardroom or a platform, the more that people are going to realize that you're doing it for the right reasons and your intentions, and you won't ever have to tell somebody what you come from or who you know.
No doubt.
It'll precede you.
No doubt.
It'll be assumed. You see what I'm saying? They're going to start telling you that your cousins is people you never met before because you look and carry yourself like somebody they respect. Mm-hmm. And that's all that is. No, that's all that is.
I appreciate that.
So I just wanted to salute you on that, man. I like how you move and keep it going, and make sure you keep me tapped in with what's going on, because I definitely want to, if there's a puddle there, I'll throw my jacket over there before I watch you fuck your shoes up.
No, I'm good. You already I'm good. I appreciate that love, but I'm good. Yeah. I'm definitely on. My head screwed on tight.
Like no bro, but you know what I mean?
No, yeah, I'm straight. I'm straight.
We avoid potholes, man.
No doubt.
We want the rooms to still be in content.
Well, we want to be motherfuckers that pave the roads. We want to be the motherfuckers in control of the rules.
And that's the part that we got to get to. And you know what? I think that the more and more we do this, the more and more we do the behind the scenes conversations, the more and more that we run our own race.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm.
It'll be NASCAR.
That's what I got into all this for. It's that it doesn't make any sense to me not to. It's this is right here. We're gonna hit.
No, you're gonna be fine.
Inshallah, we're gonna hit.
You're gonna be fine. And I can tell you, I'll tell you off camera how many examples, not specifically that I have, of what I know wasn't gonna work. Mm-hmm. But I know what you got works. I know Poets and Laughter already works. I did your show. I know that works. Mm-hmm. I know that everybody has to grow their platforms at the same time, but you came out with a great start. Mm-hmm. Your show doesn't look like anybody else's show. Mm-hmm. It doesn't feel like anybody else's show. Mm-hmm. And I told you early on when I first came and did OLF that your perspective always felt considerate and genuine. Mm-hmm. And it felt like you read more books than you let us know. So, like, I think that you'll be fine, bro. Yes, so I wish you the best, man. Salute to you.
It's all love, baby.
Like I said, I had to get my guy on here. He has a new TV show.
Yes.
And the crazy shit about it is, now that the way that you structure it and the way that you segment it, mm-hmm. and I know you know this, but I don't know if people know this, it's formatted to be picked up by TV. Mm-hmm. Most podcasts aren't. And you have to do intentional breaks and intentional ads to make it fit TV. Mm-hmm. The way yours is set up is for that format.
It's for that format, correct.
And you was intentional about that.
No doubt. And that's when the ads come into play. That's when the music comes into play. And I don't want to give out all my ideas. You know, I
kind of hesitated to say
top
that.
Secret. You know what I mean?
I wanted to rig a deal.
Yeah, we gonna play with it, man.
Yeah.
Why not? The more creative, the better. So you don't know what you might catch within them 10-minute segments. You dig me?
And when it comes to content is based on what we into. So there's no box on it.
No doubt.
There's no box on it. If you feel fucking thrifty and you want to have New Year's Eve in August, then you could do that shit.
That's what we have. But
you see what I'm saying?
That's the beautiful thing we have is that we got content. We could pick up anywhere, cut them cameras and lights on, and
say we grooving.
Yeah.
And say, you know what? We already drinking. Let's talk about this to them. Let's get them this. Matter of fact, you giving me history. Get them that story for me, and then you get a clip.
No doubt. That's to me like, come on, full steam ahead. Now we got to clean it and polish it in certain aspects so we can get these sponsorships so we can go to where we need to get to, man.
I think it's great. You do the behind the scenes walkthrough, and make that a 2-minute clip. What's a respectable reel?
Like 1 to 2 minutes.
And
3 minutes even.
Behind the scenes walkthrough of the experience behind the scenes, type of thing.
But see with that, right? See, because I have my own channel, right?
And I have. Did we post it already? Yeah, we posted the CEO the fishbowl. Yes. I posted the inside the bottle.
Yes, I seen that. That's what I'm saying. I want to put that not in the show. I want to put that on its own play. Like I could put that, just stick that on my channel.
Yeah, you would have a clips channel.
Copy.
And that would draw people. We
You
gonna
know what I'm
talk.
saying?
But I think
It's
that
good.
for what you got going on, it makes more sense than a lot of other people's because
Right.
the parts that you have 3-4 cameras, you have a stage, you see what I'm saying? This isn't just a room.
And I'm only getting better at it.
Yeah.
I'm only I'm just.
All right. Well, tell them how to tap in with you, man.
No doubt, man. You can find me at official_CEO.ro. You can find me at CEORO Experience. You can go to YouTube and subscribe, like, and comment to the CEORO Experience, the channel. And the last Saturday of every month, you can find me at Poets and Laughter from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m.
Me too.
You dig me? So you already know what it is. You know what I'm saying? And you might catch me a Friday on every fly day with the gang. You know what I'm saying? If I got the time, I'll slide through. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I might slide through. You know what I'm saying? So I'm around, man. You know what I mean? You could definitely catch me, man. Holla at me.
Definitely tap in with the SippinWitSammie concert series. All 5 inductions are fucking dope. And CEO Ro has held me down as a co-host, as a
my guy,
couch host, as somebody that ran the behind the scenes for us at some points that just made sure the train was running. But you'll always see him at my situation. So check him out there. See y'all next Thursday, man. And I got a great one coming up for y'all after this. But that's everyone. If you seen the one before this, it was a great one. If you didn't, go back and watch that one too. And I'm not going to tell you what it was. It's probably, the one right before this. Flash it only. Sippin' with Sammie, Sam alone. Barstool Rug. If you ain't sipping with Sammie, you ain't sipping right. Please get your fucking life together. It'll be 2023 already, and you wouldn't have had a shot yet.
That part.
It's the king of hooks, baby. Sam alone, what up? Corey. Yeah, baby. They ain't ready at all. Get what you're looking for. Yeah. They ain't ready. In the streets, we getting caught no more. Corey.
Slick as I wanna be, smooth as ever seen. Melody could be felony, what you telling me? Learn to play from Bill Bellamy, Peter Guns, someone else. I'm something else, something different. That's what she sniffing. Call Malone shit, different from pimping. Scene was basic till I slipped in, trapping, loading, clipping, saying on niggas bitches. I call niggas bitches. I bet handle business first boy, yank like incense. Twist 3, dismiss. That's Malone's mistress. Music business, I'm trafficking. What was mastered in, led through a path to sin. Walls crashing in, cashing in. Couldn't figure out what was happening, but trapped again. Backfire from trapping in. Shit, ironic as hell. My pocket's loud in the cell while waiting on Tiny to post bell. Oh hell.
Get what you're looking for. They ain't ready. In the streets, we getting caught no more.
At all.
They ain't ready. Don't fight right through the pain. They ain't ready. Sammy walk through the gate.
Can't fight tears, I can't find fears that ain't mine. I can't see big blind, spit time showering shit time. Outside on more hills, all ting ground. Like tunnels with backwoods, sparkwoods, countless. Nice pitch black, go legit, switch back, loud pack, 6-pack, VA hardly switch that. Ready to flip mattress, couches, and bounce. Something about grinding it out, I'm so bout it. Ready to get what I came for. Same ball, plenty quarters bent in my step, I became more.